Hi there. It's been a while since I did a updated video regarding my progress using Zowietek products. I've just recorded an interview in my studio here and using exclusively Zowietek NDI equipment. In this case it's been two Zowietek boxes, a ZowieCam, the Zowie lens to go on the ZowieCam and the Zowie PTZ. So I thought it would be prudent to go through the arrangement, how I've wired everything up, and you can judge for yourself whether these products would be useful to you in your NDI studio. It is a working studio and I do like to keep things tidy, hence the preference to use AutoPoles rather than tripods because I find it safer as regards clamping cables and keeping things out of the way. But as you can see there, I've got a Manfrotto magic arm which is supporting a Hague motorised pan tilt, which in turn has the A6000, the Sony A6000 on a bracket, and on the same bracket we have the wide shot for the ZowieCam. Now the A6000 is going through the ZowieBox, you can see on the right hand side there, and the HDMI through goes to the monitor above. There's also a HDMI out of the ZowieCam as well, and to enable me to switch between cameras and manually focus the ZowieCam lens, I have to obviously have a switch because there's only one HDMI input in that particular monitor. The advantage with the Hague pan tilt, it means I can sit in both the guest seat and the presenter seat and subtly adjust the camera angles without having to get up and keep adjusting the magic arms, which as everybody knows is a pain in the neck. The presenter camera, as you can see there, is exactly the same, and that feeds through to the ZowieBox, and the HDMI through goes to the monitor above, so I have a reference monitor as well. And the tally light on the ZowieBox is a clear red, which you'll see in a second. The monitor that you see behind that monitor is where I have my vMix set up. So that is the presenter view. Across from both the guest and the presenter is the multi-view, which is a large screen TV with a micro PC on the back. And the advantage of having the Hague pan tilt is that I can get the eyeline of all the cameras set up from one sitting position, which is extremely useful. The Zowie PTZ is mounted on the same frame as that monitor, and the audio is a U-Phoria, Behringer U-Phoria, which is being fed by the two pod mics, and that's going straight through to the vMix machine. And there's just a little Aerodol backup recorder there for audio purposes as a just in case. The micro PC on the back of the monitor is extremely useful because I just use NDI Tools to see what is going on depending on what particular job that I'm working on. Finally, all the NDI cabling goes through the Netgear GS116PP, which is an unmanaged PoE switch, and that powers all the Zowietek equipment. The only additional power that I need is the dummy batteries for the Sony cameras and a small transformer for the Hague pan tilt. This then is fed into my vMix 4K machine on the other side of the room. It is a fairly small room, so I managed to get away with a couple of Rotolite Neos, a couple of newer 600s, and a Pixapro Ziggy backlight strip lights, and that works for both the presenter and the guest. But there isn't an awful lot of light in the room, so hence the reason that the Sony A6000 with the APC sensor and the 1.8 lens is picking up a nice clear picture, but I get the feeling I'm probably pushing it a bit with the Zowie PTZ with its 1 2/3 inch sensor because I've had to increase the gain and sharpness, and I'm not quite happy yet with the quality of the image, but as they say, it's work in progress. Do keep in mind here we are comparing a 1 2/3 inch sensor with an APC sensor, so naturally it takes a while to get all four cameras balanced in an acceptable manner. And possibly I do think that I'm not giving the Zowie PTZ and the ZowieCam enough light to work effectively. Unfortunately, with the lighting conditions the way that they were, the issue that I found is that the Zowie PTZ took just about 10 seconds or slightly more to focus once it zoomed in, which was a bit frustrating. However, by coincidence, they actually released a new firmware just after I did this video. So I put myself in the same seat that Rosie was sitting in and tried to do a direct comparison of how long it takes to focus. There is an improvement. Would I say it was a vast improvement? Possibly not, but it's definitely down from 10 or 11 seconds to about 6 seconds, which is definitely an improvement. But the thing about Zowietek is they are working all the time to improve the firmware, so that's something to keep in mind. It's been a slow transition to change my studio from HDMI over to NDI, but I have to say finding the ZowieBox was a real game changer. It's an incredibly powerful little, very affordable tool. But the other Zowie equipment is also equally of the same quality. Like I say, I still think I've yet to get the best out of the 4K PTZ, but it's work in progress and I'm pleased with what I'm getting so far. But Zowietek are an innovative company and they indeed serve the medical profession as well with 4K video cameras and different types of equipment. They've also naturally gone into the AI as well. They have AI tracking PTZs and most of this equipment is exceedingly affordable. So do check out Zowietek.com at your convenience. So there you have it, a brief run through of my studio, which I've converted over to NDI using Zowietek products. I aim to do a little bit more testing with the ZowieCam and the Zowie PTZ, but the ZowieBoxes work exceedingly well. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Until next time, I'll catch you later.